What's going on, people? So, here we are. Got another review of this final, I believe it's the final, pair of those little Ash Yeezys, right? The Ash 350s. So, you may remember there was these right here, the Ash Stone, and then there's also this right here, the Ash Blue, both of which have been reviewed right here on this channel. If you care to watch those reviews, you can do that. If you don't care to watch those reviews, you can do that too. But anyways, I didn't even know that this was coming around until somebody commented on one of those. It was like, oh, can't wait to see your Ash Pearl review. And I'm like, what in the world is an Ash Pearl, dude? That's not what I said, but that was the mental thought. I have no idea what I actually said to him. But there'll probably have been a picture on the screen or something, giving that dude his little 15 minutes of fame for, making me aware of things. Usually that's where old Ryan Curtis comes in. But this time around, wasn't him. But anyways, we're not going to drag this thing out because I don't want to drag it out. So let's get down to these things. I'm just going to talk about them. This right here, as I said before, is the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 in the Ash Pearl colorway. I think I got that right. Pretty sure I did. But anyways, let's go ahead and get on into these here. We're going to start this particular review down here with the bottom. So down there, what you're going to be seeing is pretty much the same thing that you've seen on a lot of 350s. So the picture will kind of just cover everything that I would have said, so I'm not going to say too much about it. I'm going to move on up to this midsole here. This, very much the same thing. Obviously, it's like a slight lighter color. You can tell when you dip around at the back, because then you have like the slightly discolored area to where that dips down to the outsole, right? So there's that for you. Now, let's talk about this here upper though. So taking a gander at this whole shoe, right? I did the unboxing last night on an Instagram live thing. Gigantor was there, Sneaker Lover was there, Homegrown Kicks was there also. We talked about them a little bit and all that stuff. And I felt that they were a little weird looking. I truly did. But let's go ahead and get you some close-ups and you can tell me what you think. So here's the thing, right? We're going to start with this here outside first. So there, you've got the standard stitching that you're used to on 350s and whatnot. Yeah, it's just that the coloring is usually the real topic, right? So around the lower area, it's kind of like a grayish, sort of like a purple, sort of like a off-white color. All that stuff just all mixed down in there, as you can see, right? Above that, you do have that standard strip that's on a lot of these 350s, that is. This time around, it's somewhat of a peachish color mixed with like a light tannish, off-whitish color. I'm not sure what that is down in there intertwined with it. And then above that, again with the weird stitching, and these colors match up more so with what's on this here strip. So there's that. And these strips, I don't know, it's come up before, I think in Bobby Sneaker World's video or whatever. These strips don't feel like they originally felt with like the statics and stuff, where those felt like a very thick plastic or whatever. Now they feel like it's more of like just a straight up knitted thing. It's kind of weird to describe, but just know that that's different than the older pairs. And we're going to switch this thing on around to this here medial side, right? So getting you guys a good shot of that, right? So you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Basically on this side, it's going to be everything you saw on the opposite side at the bottom, but it's just all that on here, right? Just the whole thing is that. Obviously the normal switched up stitching pattern that they do, but past that, it's not really something that I need to talk about, is how I feel. So that's why I just show you pictures, and you can take from the pictures what I'm gonna see and would tell you. But anyways, past that though, we're gonna wrap things around back again to the front here. So on the front of the shoe, where the lacing is and all that, these laces, it's kind of like a weird color in a way, because it's not just one flat thing. No, it's got like, you can tell it's got a little bit of mixed coloring in on the fabric, right? So some of that lighter color that you see on the outside is mixed in there with a little bit of a darker, but a little bit of a brownish, purplish, grayish. I don't even know what to describe these things as. Again, that's where the pictures come in. You could probably just watch these videos on mute and take away just as much as if you didn't, right? So maybe you should start doing that. I don't know, if you don't want to actually listen to me, I get it. But anyways, so you got that going on. Now we're going to switch things back to the back one more time for the last time. This right here, right? You don't have one of those little pull tabs back there. I guess they have just completely done away with those because I haven't seen one in a while. At least not on a modern release. The only one that did have it that I can think of, I want to say anyway, was the breads. And that's because that was just something from an older time, just brought back, right? But yeah, so no pull tab back there or anything like that. And as far as the rest of the upper goes, you got the little stitching style there, which is the same as on the front, so it's not too noticeable, which is good. It's a little more subdued. But otherwise, that's pretty much the overall outside of the shoe as far as the upper goes. It it looks better now than I thought it did last night. It could just be growing on me, but I'm still not 100% sold on it, to be completely honest. I think it's not bad, but yeah, it's not great either. You know, personal opinion, of course. You can leave yours down in the comment section below. People always do that. That's a given. And then on the inside, we'll finish things off. You got Adidas Yeezy down there. Nothing too fancy about it. Just white-ish insole with black text. So there's that. And then, of course, on the back, you do have those 3 stripes, which are 3M. So that's cool. And you got these nice little padded areas for your foot to feel nice and comfortable, right? So pretty standard things as far as 350s go. I've given you my thoughts on this overall shoe already, so I'm not going to beat the dead horse because it's already dead. We're just going to move on and we're going to talk about sizing, comfort, all that stuff. Now, if you know me, you know that I buy my Yeezys in a 9.5. To me, that's because these are a true to size fit, right? So any other Ultra Boost that you might have, any Air Maxes you might have, maybe some Ultra 4Ds, whatever you normally would buy in a shoe, I suggest going with that in these, right? Now, yes, it is made of a prime knit that can be a little snug to some people. It does stretch out over time if you wear them. And one thing that I've noticed is that some of these newer 350s can feel like they're a little thinner than older pairs. So that kind of makes them a little easier to work with as far as not feeling so snug. But again, I say go true to size because that's just what makes sense to me. But always go get those second, third, fourth, and maybe even fifth opinions because, hey, you got the internet, right? Now, as far as the comfort of these things go, right? Midsole wise, solid, top notch. You can't say that it isn't, right? You walk around in these, it feels like there's a cloud strapped to your foot and you're just walking on it, right? So that's very nice. The upper does leave a little bit to be desired because there's not a lot of structure up there, you know, it's not a lot of security in your foot, it's just that sock. So if you want something a little more stable or whatever, this may not be your guy. Overall, personally, while I do think that the 350 is a comfortable shoe, I would not give it my most comfortable marks or whatever. That I would reserve for maybe an Ultra Boost 21, 19, or a React Vision. Personal opinion, of course, once again. But as far as things go, I believe that I have covered this whole shoe. So we can go ahead and get this thing wrapped up, right? And also, I know sometimes people like to see like the side of the box because they feel like that's enough to confirm whether their pair is real or fake. So there will be a picture in here and you can do that. But if you're concerned about if your shoes are real or fake, maybe stop buying them from places where you have to question if they're real or fake. You know, just a little pro tip for you. But anyways, moving on past that, we are good here. So have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'm going to wrap this up because I got a little work meeting thing in like 6 minutes here and I got to go do that. So later, people.